dark side I sense in you, Brian, when about Mr. Chopra you think. However, about cosmic consciousness you must learn. The man in the sky, an amusing test he prepared for you. Between Mr. Erwin and Mr. Deepak thoughts, can the difference you tell? 33 quotes this test has. Erwin's words some quotes are. Deepak's words other quotes are. In famous works of art, 33 disguised celebrities shall be, Master Yoda included too. All the quotes they shall read. If this test you fail, down into a big black hole you go, and crushed into a pulp you will. That is the way of the Force. However, if the test you pass, a cosmic consciousness intensive course with Mr. Deepak you shall receive. A good incentive this should be. Whatever you do, remember this you must. Do or do not. There is no try. Good luck, Brian.
You, and all other conscious beings as such, are all in all. Hence, this life of yours which you are living is not merely a piece of the entire existence, but is in a certain sense the whole.
Now, here comes the next quote. At the core of existence, consciousness operates with no separation of observer, observed, and the process of observation. They come as a 3-in-1 package. The fallacy all along was to assume that the observer could be erased from the picture. He can't.
A moderately satisfying picture of the world has only been reached at the high price of taking ourselves out of the picture, stepping back into the role of a non-concerned observer. The material world has only been constructed at the price of taking the self, that is, mind, out of it.
The unconscious reactive mind has very little strength or power. Regarding the overall philosophical question of free will, I don't think the dichotomy of free will or determinism accurately captures the essence of our experience of reality. God bless you, Brian.
Living matter, while not eluding the laws of physics as established up to date, is likely to involve other laws of physics. Boop boop doo. Boo!
All right. I guess it's my turn now. The quote goes like this. I in the widest meaning of the word. That is to say, every conscious mind that has ever said or felt, I am the person, if any, who controls the motion of the atoms according to the laws of nature.
Just get that bloody end off your mouth when you speak so we can all understand you, will you? Right, next quote. Here it goes. Mathematics expresses values that reflect the cosmos, including orderliness, balance, harmony, logic, and abstract beauty.
Dear members of the interwebs, the quote goes like this. Consciousness is the meeting place between perception and reality. Consciousness is the meeting place between perception and reality. No cheating, Brian.
Consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. There is only one thing, and that which seems to be a plurality is merely a series of different aspects of this one thing, produced by deception, the Indian mare. What the hell am I saying, mate? Somebody spike me rum. Savvy? Once we ask, who am I? It becomes evident that reality is given doesn't suffice. The prejudice that science holds against all subjectivity is the result of Maya-based thinking.
having placed its trust in reality as given. Science overlooks the self-evident fact that nothing can be experienced without consciousness.
Although I think that life may be the result of an accident, I do not think that of consciousness. Consciousness cannot be accounted for in physical terms, for consciousness is absolutely fundamental. It cannot be accounted for in terms of anything else.
Fundamental consciousness is. Only in consciousness the world exists.
There is obviously only one alternative, namely the unification of minds or consciousness. Their multiplicity is only apparent. In truth, there is only one mind. R2-D2, you and I are one and the same. Isn't that extraordinary?
You can throw yourself flat on the ground, stretched out upon Mother Earth, with certain conviction that you are one with her and she with you. For eternally and always there is only now, one and the same now. The present is the only thing that has no end. May the force be with you, Brian.
Thoughts, feelings, memories, perceptions, sensations. They are the sum total of everything that we call reality.
Situations seem to happen to people, but in reality, they unfold from deeper karmic causes. The universe unfolds to itself, bringing to bear any cause that needs to be included.
The world is a construct of our sensations, perceptions, memories. It is convenient to regard it as existing objectively on its own, but it certainly does not become manifest by its mere existence.
The multiplicity is only apparent. The mystical experience of the union with God regularly leads to this view, unless strong prejudices stand in the way. Prejudice is a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Nirvana is a state of pure blissful knowledge. It has nothing to do with the individual. The ego or its separation is an illusion. Indeed, in a certain sense, two eyes are identical, namely when one disregards all special contents. The karma.
Yeah. Each of us has the indisputable impression that the sum total of our own experience and memory forms a unit quite distinct from that of any other person. He refers to it as I. What is this I? What is this I, damn it? If you analyze it closely, you will, I think, find that it is little more than a collection of single data, experiences and memories, namely, the canvas upon which they are all collected. I just blew your mind there, didn't I? Yeah, I totally did. I'll be back.
Hi guys, well here I am stuck in an old painting. You believe it? I better read the quote, right? So the brain operates in time and space, having linear thoughts that are the endpoint of a selective filtering process. So whatever is outside time and space is inconceivable. Unfiltered reality would probably blow the brain circuits or simply be blanked out. Okay, is that it then? Can I take my tits out now? I just want my tits to be out, you know what I mean?
Now there were two people to go for a pint with. Who said this? I usually refers to someone inside your skin, but it cannot be located the way the brain, liver, and heart can be located. So, assuming that I is inside your body, is just that, an assumption, not provable as fact. That's bollocks.
We've got used to localizing the conscious personality inside a person's head. It's very difficult for us to take stock of the fact that the localization of the personality of the conscious mind inside the body is only symbolic, just an aid for practical use.
Look, you cannot find the location of the one who decides to move your arm, okay? Now, you can find in the brain the execution of the command, but not the one who decides to move the arm, okay?
There is no sight or sound out there in the world, no touch or taste, no beauty or ugliness, no sensation of light or objects. All these things are created in subjectivity, which is to say, they exist only in consciousness. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh, hello. Here comes another one. Color and sound, hot and cold, are our immediate sensations. Small wonder that they are lacking in a world model from which they have removed our own mental person. The sensation of color cannot be accounted for by the physicist's objective picture of light waves. Good, eh?
If you take a sufficient dose of an active compound, it will deliver itself to you on the money. If it doesn't work, take more. Once you realize you are interconnected with everything else, there is no going back. You are part of an unfolding reality that is larger than human understanding. You exist in eternity and are never alone. As once said, I think I recall, no self is of itself alone. It has a long chain of intellectual ancestors. The I is chained to ancestry by many factors. This is not mere allegory, but an eternal memory.
Hello, everyone. It's really good to be here. It's just such a blessing. It's really awesome. So thank you. Thank you for having me. Okay, so here's the quote. The observing mind is not a physical system. Sensations and thoughts do not belong to the world of energy. This is so awesome. Reading quotes is like my passion. I feel so humble, like really humble. Do you know what I mean? Here goes my quote. Subject and object are only one. I think my wig might now be falling down. This is my quote. Blah, blah, blah. This is my quote. The barrier between them cannot be said or held broken down. It's a result of recent experience. Poker face. Oh, baby, memory creates illusion of continuity. Oh, Brian, baby, I think I've got my quote. Oh, yeah, I hope it goes like this, yeah. Both you and the universe are born anew, yeah. Every single moment.
The scientific picture of the real world around me is deficient. It gives a lot of factual information, puts all our experience in a magnificently consistent order, but it is ghastly silent about all and sundry that is really near to our heart, that really matters to us. It cannot tell us a word about red and blue, bitter and sweet, physical pain and physical delight. It knows nothing of beautiful and ugly, good or bad, God and eternity. Science sometimes pretends to answer questions in these domains, but the answers are very often so silly that we are not inclined to take them seriously.
If my time calculations are correct, it is now my turn to read you a quote. Who said this? Science filters out and discards a huge portion of human experience, almost everything one would classify as subjective. Its model of external reality, the cornerstone of Newtonian physics, is as selective as the model which shapes a religious or metaphysical reality. Classical science does, of course, offer huge successes in our interactions with the objects around us, and is built on methods that are repeatable. But still, these methods do not give us the full reality, only filtered representations of reality. Wait a minute. Who stole my radiation suit? Damn! Brian Cox! Where's that kid?
Your suit has been stolen. Pull my finger and I'll find it for you. We have now reached the end of the test. I hope that all my dear celebrity assistants have made it a bit more enjoyable and entertaining for you. Perhaps now would be the right time to reevaluate some of our prejudices and to consider ideas that we would not otherwise.
Who on earth was that guy? I'll show him who's boss here. Now, where was I? Oh yes. Some call it cosmic consciousness. Some call it God. I wonder, is there room for God in the world of scientific materialism? Perhaps, as someone once said, no personal God can form part of a world model that has only become accessible at the cost of removing everything personal from it. We know when God is experienced, this is an event as real as an immediate sense perception, or as one's own personality. Like them, we must be missing in the space-time picture. Good luck with the test, Brian. See you at the other side of the black hole, I guess. Oh, yeah.
Cats beat me to it.